Working on the doll head. You probably saw the last video where I had everything sort of in pieces. I've put primer paint on her, used a crackle paint, painted some cracks of my own. I had the intention of making her eyes clear and putting a light inside of her head, but I just can't seem to get the clear eyes glued in properly. I was really struggling with it. I think it's because her head is so tiny and getting my fingers in there. But for some reason, these eyes worked out better for me. I've got a nice little pile of eyeballs of all sorts. Some I've made, some I've pulled out of other dolls, some I've bought. So I just used some that I had already and glued them in with this E6000 glue. Smells awful. I think it's giving me asthma, but I use it anyway. It works pretty well. Doesn't take too very long to dry. I don't use it only for her eyes. I just use a little bit around the edge of the inside of her eyes, put the eye in from the inside, and then I'll go back and use some hot glue and just pour it in there to once these eyes are a little bit more stable with the E6000 glue, and I'll just pour a bunch of hot glue in there, and hopefully it'll stay forever, and unless there's some kind of heat source that would melt it. So she's getting very close to being complete. And I've got a lot of projects going on at once, so you'll see all kinds of things on here. This is the body. I have crackled her hands and feet, and then her little dress. I need to iron the bow, and then over here you'll see the little baby bed that I've been working on. In the beginning, I was going to use these little wooden decorative pieces. I painted them white and then used a sort of metallic black wax over the raised areas just to give it some highlight and some depth and some interest, because the bed was really pretty boring. This little fabric that you see right there, I haven't finished that yet. I'm going to make a little a cushion and put the fabric around the cushion so she'll have a little bed to sleep on. So she's getting really close. Probably by the next video you'll see her completion, a little hat in the distance as well. So she's coming along.